be a staple of your map pool, and we'll have to see how things go out. Rigon very quickly out towards the A bomb site, but they're actually getting clustered up. The smokes aren't doing them many favors either. Flashes as well onto their own teammates, and Exorcist has already dealt with one, only for Rigon to answer back, but now a flurry of frags come in for B&E. 2-on-3 for the post plant.
The light hit coming out from Boiler is able to give them a lot to work off of, and now Maka and Joko left with barely anything themselves. Joko tries to come through, pairs it up with the Maka flashbang, and as soon as the peak will come forward, they will find absolutely nothing. The T side, having cleared out the entirety of the bomb site, will now move into a reface. One flat to lead the shots, and Nopsy to follow through, and some flub shots from one end means that not
due to contest this, might even try and build the boost late in, but no, Spam's actually right on the money. Lucky doing most of the damage, but Joko finishing off the frag, and a 4-on-3 where these smokes won't last forever. B&E don't have any more utility to help stall as well. Only a singular Molotov that remains after the bloom of the coffin smoke, but HEET have time to play with. No kit once again, but they've got utility to limit options.
Yeah, this is going to be a real hard time for Scenario as he's forced back into peeking forward into 3 players. And obviously does give him a whole lot of space with a quick old triple. There are 4 CTs here, so somehow it is a 4-on-3 potentially. Bad News Eagle started to push forward. Well, that's what happens. Rasmo picks up the first. The boost is dismantled, and Exorcist isn't done yet. Leaves Rigon all alone at the bottom of Banana. He may have the bomb, but he doesn't have a chance.
Oh. Yeah, Lucky wasn't scared. Knew he did so much damage to a full-on crunch. This is going to really test both Rasmo and Exorcist.
Exorcist. Worried about a pop through the smoke, and he would be right to worry about it, but there aren't any flashes that he's turning around from. Picks up a quick double. Rasmo needs to hold down the line. Scenari being tagged up, but he's done his job and distracted while the bomb is planted. So at the very least, an extra cash infusion to come through, but what they need is a bullet infusion to the CT side, and that is one IV that it doesn't feel like will be connecting anytime soon. Flashbang there, Scenari. Good kill. GXX with a follow-up does bring it back to a 2-on-2. Scenari still with a chance in it. Maka is just going to try and stick out the defuse. The question is he going to get it completely? Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Feels like they're not putting both feet in one pot. Good double nade.
Goodbye, right? Really hoping that he can maybe come through and pull off some of those little plinks that Joko is delivering with the 5-7 as well. But nah, man, it just feels like, again, not to beat on a broken drum. But that one round where he chose to go for the very late retake attempt, it just feels like that's exactly what's coming back to bite them. And it's sort of funny because that's actually the way that... No, hold the point, because he has picked up an AK, but Molotov out in his hands, and that's not the right... And barely has any recoil, don't forget that. Rasmo, Molotov to go down close to Nopsy. He's going to be forced out, but he takes a duel and wins him out. Double over. Exorcist is pulling out the knife. Oh my days, if anything could be more egregious than that. It's the missed shots of Joko. Lucky is in a 1-on-5. No chance here whatsoever. He is really just begging for death, and it will be delivered. 9-6. Bad news to just try to save even. Doesn't seem like it, especially with Scenario finding the kills with the smoke. That will tempt them a little bit more, but honestly, even if not for that, they would still likely want to be a little bit bloodthirsty about the matter. And as they start to inch forward, Rasmo just needs to make sure he isn't just cut off while he tries to buy time for Exorcist by jiggling through. Exorcist able to strike through. And yeah, GXX will save. Scenari's actually not got armor, so it's funny to see him going back to take a peek over like he can take a gander. He should feel a bit more scared about it. Well, flashbang 2 and Joko was really relying on these players being blinded out. Scenari, though, playing the perfect anti-flash position, and GXX to cover off one. Waits for the smoke to bloom. It will be missing up, but that forces him to re-peek in. A re-peek that Mako was ready to intercept. One flash through, though, right behind them all. He's good for the first, looks for the second, but it's Lucky who overruns and overwhelms. One flash did not wait for the digits to be punched in first. Instead, just takes the duels and will not win them out, at least not both of them. On. Once again, here's the digits being punched in, and now it's all down to him in a 1-on-1. Rasmo on the other side just strafes in. Ready for the full slight hit this time over, trying to posture back over to A instead. Rigon is here to intercept. He's good for the double before he straight it out. And with this, Rasmo needs to come into effect, but not in the way he was on the B bomb side. This is much more about the late round presence he's able to display to keep one Flacho down and out, who's somehow on the right bomb side every single time, it seems like. Lucky, last man left alive, and in a one-on-one with the bomb still down, retrieve the AWP, and he's aware of Synopsys' shenanigans and games, but as he fades back over, will give up the sound cue. Synopsy not committing into the full swing yet. Lucky goes forward, someone's been given up, and Lucky just keeps on winning. Quad kill. Time over with the lack of weaponry to actually spur them on, and they are actually going through their own smokes, and this is going to be all the way fast forward. One Flachu covered off by Rigon, but he's been spotted out inside the bomb site. These pistols are trying to isolate the duels, but duels that are not going their way at all. Rigon comes up big with the triple, and it's even Synopsy time to push through the smoke as well. Lucky to recover the A4, but as he dodges out grenades, he won't realize there's only 4 bullets left in it. He's going to be forced back on the reload. Scenario trying to close the distance. It's a one-on-one and twice over. Did isolate the Bad News Eagles. Oh no. This is still going to be a commitment to A. And they might end up being caught off. But the question is, are they going to be found out and wrap around to the back of B? The bomb is yet to commit, and they are getting unsure. They're getting uncertain. GXX has got long-range angles with the Deagle. Needs to start hitting some shots while one Flashu is ducked away, and he finds nothing. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. Time may have ticked low, but it's ticked out as well for the Bad News Eagles. Rasmo to finish it.